Okay, we are live. Hello, everyone. As you come in, please comment so we'll know you're here. We are up here and ready to go. Oh, we got some major flooding up here.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, that tropical storm, Hurricane Fred, or whatever it was. God, we got some major flooding up here. I got a backlight.
Oh, yeah, that tropical storm.
Let's see. Okay. All right. See if that helps. There's my mom. Hey, Mom. Yeah, it was pretty bad here. There's Bama. Hey, Bama.
Hey, Bama.
Getting the people in the house. So me and Rich are up here. We've been talking anything from comic books to flooding now. We're going to get into some paranormal discussion too, guys. So, like I say, let me know you're here by commenting. Hey, sis. I was trying to share this out. Oh, thank you, Bam. I appreciate that. I don't think I've even gotten the... there it goes. There goes the notification. George said he can't see the live. I'll have to refresh, buddy. There you go. Yeah, there comes some things. Yeah, the notification's out. Good. Well, at least on my end it is. So, can you see the chat, Rich, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I know some people can't, and I just don't know who does or doesn't see it. So hope everyone had a good week so far. StreamYard is always slow.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I don't see like comments. It takes a while. At least on my end, it does. Okay, so Amy says the live is messing up. I don't know what's going on with it. Says the live is messing up.
Looks like it's working for me.
Yeah, it's working on mine, I think. There's a little delay, but it's working. Let me know, guys, in the chat if you're able to hear us. Yeah, it's a little bit of a delay, but it's only like maybe 10 seconds or so on my thing here. I mean, I'm seeing chats, but I don't see everything. Let's see. Let me try to send the link out again and see what happens.
I can share it out too.
Okay, Melissa says I'm watching on my TV. Okay. Try it again. Amy sent a picture showing something says something went wrong on her end. I don't know. So I guess for some PC. Yeah, the cameras are off, yeah. So you can't see it on the desktop? Yeah, I saw that, Amy. I don't know what's going on with that. So I guess if you're watching it on phone or maybe a laptop or something, it must be okay. I don't know why the desktop's not working. It could be a YouTube thing. Okay, yeah. My sister can see it on her laptop. And Amy keeps getting the monkey.
The monkey?
Yeah, the monkey, it pops. I can see the picture. It says something went wrong. It shows me and you up here. Then it says where the chat's supposed to be, it says something went wrong. I think she said it was on her desktop, I think. And George says he can't see anything.
Amy, Jenny, what's that?
Let's see. All right. I'm going to tell George to try it on his phone and see if he can see it that way. So, yeah, let me know if anybody's having issues besides Amy and George. Like I said, I don't know. If it's a desktop issue, I don't know what's going on with that.
Well,
to be honest with you.
I'm using my desktop.
Are you? Yeah, I am too. Or I'm using my laptop rather, but I mean, I don't see anything on my phone or on the laptop that's having any issues. I don't know. It's probably YouTube or streaming. Melissa, how are you? Excuse me. Videos find the sound, but the chat won't come up on the desktop. Okay. Amy's had all kinds of issues with it. She cannot comment on people's videos. It disappears.
I know. It's crazy. I don't understand it.
I don't either. I don't know what's
I don't know if it's I don't know if it's just her either. I had someone comment, I can't remember who it was on the last video, and I never did find it.
Mm-hmm. So. I'll get comments that pop up, and I go to look, or like comment like "thank you" or something, and it's not there to do. So I don't even know who these people are sometimes, though.
Right.
Sometimes I get like spam stuff. It does go away. YouTube does it itself, but.
Right.
So Bama says can only use my phone now. It's happening to a bunch of people. Okay. I don't know.
It's a YouTube thing.
Yeah, it's got to be a YouTube thing. Yeah. Or maybe a StreamYard thing. StreamYard might be not computing with YouTube right tonight. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. It's working on my phone.
Yeah, mine too. Thank you, Jenny. Okay, she says fine on the desktop. Okay. Woo-hoo. Woohoo. Wonderful. Okay. All right. So we'll get into the discussion part now that I think YouTube's had its fun tonight. Anyway, George says, okay, it works for me. Why is George not in blue? George has been a moderator for a long time on here. Why is he not in blue?
Georgie Poo.
This is not showing up.
Let me see you.
Let me see if I can fix George. Because he's a moderator. I think you're a moderator. I got Amy. I got several people as moderators. But I think Amy's had that issue before too, where people gets taken away from her moderator. There it goes. Now he should be blue. Okay. Oh, work with the notification. Oh, okay. Maybe. I don't know what's going on, guys.
Yeah, and you're not going to see me. I'm using my desktop with my fancy new mic. I have an excuse to use it, and so I'm using it, and you don't need to see me.
It sounds good.
This is a podcast.
It's a podcast, yeah.
Yeah, you're not supposed to see people in podcasts.
Okay. Hey, Joe, how are you? Okay, so Rich, usually what I ask, first question usually is, what was your first paranormal experience?
Well, I kind of told you in your podcast with your daughter. So I don't know how young I was. I had to have been I was in elementary school. No comprende you too, George. So, yeah, I was in elementary school. It was probably like third grade-ish. And when you're that age, you see things. If you lay in your bed and stare at something, you'll start seeing things move, and you have quite the imagination, whatever. Well, one night, I was laying in bed, and I don't know if I was sleeping or just laying there. I think I was just laying there, and I heard a noise on the side of my bed, and of course, I slowly crept to the side of the bed, and as I stuck my, face kind of over the edge, um, this man appeared or was already there,
Mhm.
and he started to raise up through the floor, and as he raised up through the floor, I could get a pretty good look at him. He looked like a lumberjack. He looked just like you would imagine a lumberjack to look like. If you're imagining one in your head right now, that's
Mhm.
what he looked like. I mean, it was just a typical. He was wearing the beanie hat and had the beard and suspenders with plaid shirt and oh, my screen just went black. What the heck? Okay, and and as he completely started to raise out of the floor, he picked me up and then threw me back on the bed,
Mhm.
and that was it. But freaked me out. And the next day, I told my dad the same story, and of course he just was like, "Well, Rich is just dreaming, or um, is just using his imagination or whatever." Didn't think anything of it. Didn't tell my mom. I didn't tell my mom about it. Um, and then I think it was like the very next night, my mom, they were sleeping, and she got woken up with something tickling the bottom of her foot. Now, the rest of the story, there's two versions. Um, the one I remember hearing all these years, or I thought I had what they had told me at that time, and then that's what I've been telling the story my whole life. And that was that after she woke up, she saw a man standing at the end of her bed, and she described him exactly the way I described him, as a
Mhm.
lumberjack looking dude. And then all of a sudden she couldn't move or breathe. Like she started to cry, or like was like struggling to move. And then my dad woke up and put his arm over her, and all of a sudden she could move again. Now
Mhm.
that's the story I remember from when I was a kid. But recently, probably the last, I don't know, ever since I started YouTube and doing, paranormal videos, my mom has corrected me since. She
Mhm.
said, "No, that's not what happened." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." She said all she remembers is waking up and seeing this lumberjack guy by the window, standing by the window, and, "Hey, lady, see," and and then that was it. He disappeared.
Mhm.
And then shortly after that, my mom and dad, my dad started acting really strange, and ended up cheating on my mom with multiple women,
Mhm.
and just was not acting normal. And they ended up moving out for a period of time. My grandparents had to come into town and try to work, help try to work things out. And when he finally moved back home, and now this could be my imagination, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I swear that I saw him leave, the lumberjack guy leave when he moved back in. I saw him walk out the door.
Wow.
But I don't know if that I can't say for
Mhm.
sure on that. But
Right.
so that's basically it.
Mhm. Wow. I mean, just getting picked up and thrown but to me that's poltergeist. I
Yeah.
mean, that is it. And then your dad being acting different, I think had a lot to do with that lumberjack guy, possibly.
Mm.
Um, I mean, I've heard a lot of stories of just certain spirits just wanting to mess with one person in the home, and that's just wow, that's wild,
Yeah, and
unbelievable.
one of the other things I forgot to mention is that when I did
Mhm.
get thrown back down on my bed, I didn't bounce, which I
You
found weird.
right, so you should have bounced.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was facing the opposite direction
Hmm.
once he threw me down. I don't know.
God, I've never had that kind of. I've had the holding down experience, like you were saying, your mom or you thought your mom had. I've had that happen before, where I just couldn't move,
Right.
and something was holding me down. But I felt like it was. Yeah, I don't think it was like a really evil force, but it just something would just keep me in my bed for a little bit longer for some reason. I don't know what it was. But yeah, I mean, you're not bouncing. I mean, that's all wild. That's I can't believe that. That's
Yeah.
crazy. But things happen though. Weird stuff, unexplained. That's why it's paranormal. It's unexplained.
Well, and the thing is too that the house that we were living in at the time, we were the very first people to live in that house because I remember they were having it built, and I
Mhm.
remember going out with them to the area of the plot, and there was like an abandoned couch sitting in that spot.
Mhm.
So I mean, it could have been like a forest at one time because there was just nothing when went there to visit. Of course, now
Mhm.
it's there's buildings everywhere, but
Right. Wow. Jenny wants to know how old you were when that happened.
I can't say for sure. It had to have been like third grade ish, however old you are when third grade. I don't know.
Um, yeah. So yeah, see, probably about 7 or 8, maybe.
Probably.
I guess would be
But
about
I
right.
but I remember it like it was yesterday. I mean,
Mm.
it has stuck with me my whole life.
Wow. Hey, Deanna, how are you? Um, so what is your most I guess well, probably a better question is what's the most unique paranormal experience you've had since you've been doing YouTube?
Oh, well, I mean, you guys have seen my videos. I mean, I've had some things happen, but I think the one that probably sticks out the most is when we were in Texas and we
Mm-hmm.
were at that school, that Native American school,
Mm-hmm.
and I was done filming, and I had passed, Amy and Lainey, and I think Kevin was with them, and I can't remember who else was there. George was probably with them, because I kind of went off on my own. I tend to do that,
Mm-hmm.
and they pointed to this one building because we were in between buildings, and they said that's the most haunted part of the building.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, cool, all right, I'm gonna go in there and do some B-roll shots or whatever. So I walk in there and I started to do B-roll, and right as after I just pushed stop on the record button,
Mm-hmm.
so I didn't catch it, but right behind me I heard a girl sigh, like, ah,
Mm-hmm.
like it felt like she was like 2 feet behind me. I mean, that's how close. I mean, I did
Yeah.
catch me swinging the camera around, pushing record at
Mm-hmm.
the same time because I was hoping I would catch something. And then, and I'm sure Amy and George remembers, I almost right after that, I walked out there because they were still out, but they were a lot farther. They were heading towards another building. And I'm all, was that one of you guys? Did one of you just sigh or something like that? Or were you just here? And and they're like, what are you talking about? And so, yeah, that one was pretty freaky.
Yeah, that'd catch you off guard for sure.
Yeah, it
Um,
gives me goosebumps just thinking about it.
Amy has a question. She said, "Did your dad believe you or believe it after your mom saw the lumberjack?"
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's two eyewitnesses. So
Right.
yeah,
Right.
that.
And we both described exactly the same person.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I believe it. That's
Right.
why I say I can't 100% say that I saw him leaving the house because that might have been just my wishful thinking, or I don't know. I did
Mhm.
have a big imagination. So,
Well, so your video you put up the Abby video
yeah.
you just did.
Yeah.
I'll tell you because a lot of times when I watch videos, I don't always catch things or feel things or sense things. Sometimes I have with Amy's. A lot of times it's cemeteries, but you all went. I believe it was upstairs, and you and Rachel went into the like I guess it's classrooms upstairs. Is that am I right? It's towards the
Yeah,
end of your video.
yeah, it was like dorm rooms or something like that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know if that's where like the monks lived or what. I don't know.
I don't really remember exactly, but I do remember. And then you say something later on. I'm like, wow, but um, I get this image of a young boy in one of those that first room y'all went into, and
Okay.
I had an image of like a shirt and a tie, and that's like wow, that was kind of weird that I had that image there for a second. Then you say at the end of the video uh, that one of the was it the one of the monks that got in trouble
Right.
for hurting a child.
Right. He like molested a child or something, and
Mhm.
they were the cops were coming to arrest him, and he killed himself in the monastery before they
Right.
could get there and arrest him. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was all when I watched it, I was seeing that image or whatever, that quick image that I got, and then you say that, I'm like, wow, that just blew my mind.
Yeah.
That blew my mind.
Yeah.
Let's see, Bama says where two or more are gathered, there will be the midst of us. Yeah, yeah, um, yeah, because yeah, you get two eyewitnesses or more than people who see it. Yeah.
We're actually gonna get to go back to the Abbey next month,
Mm.
and we got the whole place to ourselves.
Oh, that's
And,
gonna be good.
and I'm not sure if we're going to get both buildings because I didn't film the other building because they only allowed us in there to do one of those vigil things. It was like the
Mhm.
RIM pod or whatever, but we weren't allowed to go back in there. So
Mhm.
I'm hoping maybe we'll have access to that building. And I was kind of at first I was kind of upset that we were doing that because for me I don't like. I mean I don't mind filming at a place more than once, but.
Mhm.
But especially where it was so close to the last one.
Mhm.
But the more I thought about it, I was like, I have some ideas. I think I'm gonna try to go live, maybe do a live
Oh,
stream from the Abbey. That would be cool.
oh, that'd be real good.
And then I was thinking, since it's kind of a thing now where everybody's like spending 30 minutes alone, I thought it would be cool to spend 30 minutes alone in the basement of the Abbey.
Mhm.
So I might do that, and then if we can get into that other building, maybe I'll add a little bit to it.
No, that'd be really good.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be me, Aiden from Aiden's Escapades, and Todd and Linda from
Mhm.
Exploring with Todd and Linda. So
Yeah. That'd be
I tried
really
to talk George into coming, but he can't, I guess. So.
good. And you and George have been some creepy places too, and what was it, Riverdale Road?
Oh man,
That seems to be. I would like to investigate that place, but you guys have had some, especially George.
yes,
Yeah.
especially George.
Yes.
Yes, I don't know what the only way I can describe it is possession, but I mean, you guys seen it. I filmed it. I mean, you saw
Mhm.
it. I don't know if he was. I don't think he was possessed. I don't know what you call it,
Mhm.
but there was something. There's something not right. And then I think that was that last time we were there. I was feeling ill, and I just had this overwhelming feeling of just running away, just running away.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I don't like that place. And when people come to town, they're like, "Oh, where can we go?" And I'm like,
Well. Yeah.
well, we could go to Riverdale Road, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
really want to.
Oh, well, yeah. You got to. I mean, it's. I'm like that here. There's only a few places. I'm like, well, you really have to go here. You may not like. You might like it. I don't know. But yeah, I understand. Yeah, George seemed like he. I don't know if he. I don't think it's like you. I don't think he was possessed, but I think he was in a trance.
Yeah.
Something was like, I mean, I think we all kind of get that way to a certain degree, where we kind of just kind
Uh-oh.
of focus. But he like took focusing way out there.
I know he's super sensitive. It seems like a lot of places we go to, he ends up having some kind of issue.
Mhm.
Like when we were in Tennessee with with Tim and John, something was going on with him too. He had to leave the building. I don't really remember exactly what was happening, but there was something wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he is very super sensitive, that's for sure. Yeah. Let's see. Jenny says, Rich, who's someone you would like to collab with? You collab with quite a few people already.
Yeah, a lot. Geez, I don't know. That's a good question, Jenny. I mean, I've already collabed with Omar and James and John and Tim and Amy and Lainey and all kinds of people. Kill Hut would be cool. I'd like to meet him and film with him. Maybe Fluffy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of big YouTubers. You know, one channel. This channel isn't paranormal, but if you guys ever get a chance, What the Hales? Have you ever heard of? I love What the Hales. I love those guys. They're great. If you guys like Omar Gosh's vlogs, you would love this channel. He even did a video with Omar. That's how I discovered him. So, but yeah, I'd like to do something with him. That would be fun. But I don't know. No, I'd like to collab with you. That would be awesome.
That'd be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. I mean, maybe one day you're coming to North Carolina, I guess, next year. If you come to the family reunion, then I want to do my very best to be there because it's in the home state. But I would definitely love to go to Colorado. You got, I don't know. I think George says something about the Stanley Hotel was not kind of frowned upon now filming there, maybe a little bit, but
I don't really know for sure 100% on that. That's the rumor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, George, Lou Rock for sure. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the rumor. I haven't heard that firsthand, but just rumors. I think we heard that from 303 Paranormal. He told us that they're frowning upon people doing paranormal walking around in the middle of the night, which is stupid because that's why people go there.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah.
Yeah, I think let's see, Omar had, I think, didn't Omar have just a little bit of an issue with it the last time he was there? Something like that, I think, happened, or he was limited or something.
The time he was just here?
I think the time before, when he's there actually with Melissa.
With Melissa?
Yeah.
No, it seemed like he was fine. He even had someone like showing him around and stuff too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought I heard her say something about he was limited to certain areas, but maybe that's for everybody. I don't know. Maybe you want to go some other places in there. I don't know. Or it might not have been him. I remember it being someone saying that, but and then George has said it too, that that he had heard like you had.
Yeah.
That would be a cool place. And Riverdale Road, I guess I would give it a shot. At least 10 minutes.
Yeah.
At least for a few minutes, see what happens.
What I'd like to do, if we ever do go back to Riverdale Road, I'd like to actually go to the Hell's Gate that's there. We never have found that. Mm-hmm. Aiden says he knows where it is now, and so he kind of wants to go there. So maybe that's, because there's that building where that guy had murdered his family and burned his house down. The foundation is still there, and we've never found that either. Mm-hmm. So if we do go back there, that's kind of the area I'd like to find. Because the road is so busy, it's not worth filming. I mean, you guys can go back to the first time George and I went there, and you'll see so many cars driving by. Although in hindsight, talking to other people, some of those cars might have been, there is a ghost car on that road, and it's like a teenager driving by really fast, and that was happening, but we weren't thinking that at the time. So that might have been the case. I don't know.
Yeah, and I believe I remember one of your all's videos where you were seeing all headlights from a distance and something. It's been a while since I've seen that video, but and then I've seen other people with like ghost cars and stuff. So it makes me wonder sometimes when I'm driving, even in the daylight when I'm driving around, like, is that a real car back there?
Right.
Like all of a sudden you just look back and it's not there. Where do they turn off at?
Right.
Amy said a 3.5 minute challenge Riverdale Road.
Yeah, exactly, Amy. It's like, well, here it is. Okay, where now?
Yeah, lock this box up. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Exactly.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that. I think I got all the questions. I think. Well, I think there was one more I thought I missed, but maybe I didn't. Okay. I guess I'm caught up on questions now. See, George says Gates of Hell is there. Look it up. Where area? That's part of the gate. RF Hell. So George has looked it up or try to figure out where it's at. I guess.
I guess. Yeah, it's because we when we go, at least the last few videos, there's like a park or a field, or it's pretty good area. I mean, I'm sure you guys seen it in the video, but it's still haunted. I have random people who comment on the video saying, "Well, that's not the gates of hell," and I'm like, "Yeah, but did you know that the whole road and all around it is haunted? It doesn't matter if we're actually at the gates of hell or not. Something was happening there, obviously."
Mm-hmm. And somebody had a video up, and I just kind of flipping through YouTube, and it said they were at the Gates of Hell, but I don't know where this was at. I didn't ever go back to look. I was actually looking for something else, and I saw that. Bama says, "What's been the most fun you've had while investigating?"
Most fun. Wow, that's a good question, Bama. I don't know. I have fun every time. Well, most times. I don't know. I guess maybe I think the most fun was obviously filming with Omar, because I mean, he's the whole reason I started YouTube to begin with, and to be able to be right there while he's filming. I didn't even care that I had a camera and I was filming. I was just in awe of watching him, because I'm like, it's like stepping into a movie.
Right.
So that, I guess that was probably the best time I ever had filming.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. George says I explained it wrong. That park is the Gates of Hell. The house was where the lake is now. I hope it stays.
See, I don't know. I don't know if that's true, George. I have seen a video a long time ago, and I could be remembering mixing it with another video, but I could have swore that there's an actual like foundation, remnants, and I've seen the actual like gate in other pictures. I mean, in fact, I think George is making a compilation video of his experiences at Riverdale Road, and he showed me a little bit of his like I think he may have shared it with everybody actually, where he had James from A View from the Middle do like a voiceover for it.
Oh yeah.
And there's a picture of the gates of hell right in that. So
now that'd be yeah, because you all had some interesting experience. Yeah, and James narrating, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's perfect for that.
Yeah, I mean, he's like the disc jockey guy.
Heck yeah, totally. He's great. He's great.
Yeah. Jeannie said you don't have to answer, but was wondering what Rachel think about the gas chamber.
She didn't like it. She was scared of it. She got really bad vibes from it. I did too, obviously. It was a really bad, really sad feeling. I just got overwhelmed sadness. Like I started tearing up. I mean, it was just like instantly too. It was like, because it didn't not instantly, I guess, because it took a minute or so after I sat there, but.
And then Melissa says, would you do anything differently if you were just starting out?
That is a really good question, Melissa. Yes, I would do a lot different. I don't know. I think I went like a bull right out of the gate. It was just like trying to put out as much content as I possibly could. And I was just rushing. And I guess I always had the thought that my computer. that you dress for the job you want. You know what I mean? So, I was trying to, I don't know if I was acting like a big YouTuber or just trying to be a big YouTuber to become the big YouTuber. I don't know. That's why I say I feel like, and I kind of ran out of places to go film, and any really good places is like hours and hours and hours away, and it's hard to find places to go and new places. And if I would at least take my time, and but at the same time, and I think I've said this before, if I hadn't done all that, I wouldn't have learned all my editing skills, putting out 2 videos a week and all that really helped me learn how to edit and stuff. I suppose if I didn't do that, then I don't know, I wouldn't have had the opportunities that I have now. So.
Yeah, I was the same way when we started. It was like I was filming with my phone, so it's basically you film and put it up because you have room on your phone to do more. Right. And so I was like that. I got hit a lot of places at once, and then I was like, now what?
Yeah, exactly.
Amy said, I would love to see you collab with those crazy girls from What the Paranormal again.
Me too. Me too. I wish I could collab with them every week. Yes.
Yeah.
But yes, like now, like I took that big step back, and I really am enjoying putting out 1 video a month, at least, so that way I have time to edit. I can take my time with it. I come up with ideas like overnight, because there's been so many times in the past when I was putting out 2 videos a week that a few days after I'd uploaded the video, I would have another idea for the video, but it's too late. The video is already out and done, But so I get those same ideas now, but it's not up. So I just go back and I do it. And so I like it. I like doing that.
Yeah, and you're great at editing, and I admire your editing. I really do. I try to get that good, but yeah, I usually put up 1 video a week now, so it's like you. It takes a little time so you can figure out what you want to do. Right. But I got so many on backlog that I'm so far behind, and yeah. But that kind of goes into what Bama was saying. He was asking, what advice would you give newcomers?
The best advice I've always given was just do it. Just go and do it. Just even if you only have your phone, just do it. It's fun, and keep that in mind as you start out, that this is just for fun. And if you're not getting the views, and I still got to remind myself, I mean, this last video, I was mad because I know how much time I put into that video, and I just felt like it was such a good video. Like, it's just going to blow up and it's going to have all these views, and it just trickled. And I was just like, I was like disappointed, but you can't be that way. And I got to keep reminding myself that too. Just remember that this is just for fun. Yeah. And if you're not getting the views that you want, and if you're unhappy, then maybe you shouldn't be on YouTube, because YouTube, I still don't get YouTube. I don't get it. and not to put myself in there, I'll use Rob as an example. Like, okay, so I did a video for him. I edited one of his videos for him, and I think it was when they went to this Old West reenactment, Old West town, him and Buddy. And after he put it up, like within a few hours, he had like 500 and some views. Okay. And then if you scroll down in his videos, he had the video where he was in Texas, where he did that place where they filmed at what was that place called, Amy? The Mission place, where they had filmed some of Clint Eastwood's movie or whatever. And that video only had like 110 views on it compared to the video he just put out. And I was just like, why? What's the difference? What made people click on this other video for me, I think the one that had Clint Eastwood in the thumbnail was more interesting than, Mission of San Jose, right? Than the video I had edited for him, whatever. So I don't know. I just don't get it. And that goes with my own channel. It's like, okay, so why did this video do so much better than this video? And I don't understand it. And then you see some people that their videos are garbage and they're exploding. And you're like, why? Why? What is going on here? I don't understand.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
so
I agree.
So I would say, when you're starting out, just have fun and just ignore the numbers and just enjoy it, because it'll eventually start feeling like a job, and that's not why you started to begin with. So yeah, I don't get it. And a lot of people just, they start out and then they have expectations, and then they just end up quitting. I mean, Amy could tell you, and you could probably tell me too, there's been so many people just in the fam and our group of people that have come and gone.
Yeah. I think one thing, I never say people's names, but I have seen people on Twitter put, "Man, nobody's watching. I ain't got no subscribers. I'm done. I'm done." I'm like, okay, so unless you have a video that explodes overnight, and then people just start subscribing, and because something big happened, and it's not necessarily paranormal, it could be anything, but you're probably, I mean, I'm not even at 1,000 subscribers yet. I'm still.
Which it's hard to believe.
Thanks, but I don't know why I can't wait to get there. But I know everything's a slow growth, and actually, here's an advice I'll give everybody: if you're doing something new, slow growth is good because you get to know people.
Yeah.
You get to know the people who comment, and you get to know them through live streams or whatever. But you get to know them, because if you grow too fast, too quick, you'll miss so many people.
Yeah.
And there's actually some people it's okay to miss because of their attitude, but then there's others that you don't want to miss. For sure. Amy said, "How hard is it for you to watch videos and in your mind be editing them differently?"
Oh my gosh. Are you reading my mind today? Oh my gosh. I'm not going to tell you whose video I was watching today, and I couldn't watch it. It was driving me insane. I was thinking about this. I don't know what you guys think about it, because I want to tell people, I want to help them. You know what I mean? But I don't want to offend them either at the same time. And I was thinking, it would be kind of cool to maybe do like, I don't know, some kind of a series of, like if I was to, go live, or not live, or maybe live, in a forum similar to this, where we're on Streamlabs or StreamYard, and just watch their video, and then I'll say, now, why did you do this? What made you do? Why did you leave this? Why didn't you cut this out? Explain to me why, and then I'll explain to you why I think you should cut it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't want to offend anybody, because I could probably come across that way. I don't know, but I don't know.
I'm like, I go back and watch mine sometime. I'm like, wait a minute, I went way too long without saying something, or why did I leave that in there? I could have cut that out. And then there's times like, well, I cut that out for a reason, because it was too long, but maybe I should have left. I mean, you second guess yourself so much.
Yeah.
And, or at least I do. And, any advice I can get from you, or that's great, because I want my videos to be, and like you were saying earlier, as far as views and stuff, I got some, like my Helen's Bridge videos always do good, because everybody's, tuning into a Helen's Bridge video. And then like I have a couple of videos were flooding, and it happened a few years ago, and those two went real good. And then everything else just kind of, over time people watch it, and it just grows slowly. But there's times I wonder if it's my thumbnail, or if it's my editing, or if it's just people just missed the video and didn't see it, or I don't know.
And see, that's my thinking too. It's like, it can't be the editing, because they have to click on it to find out about the editing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think it was Rachel who mentioned, well, maybe Rob got 500 and some views right off the bat because you edited it. No, that doesn't make any sense because people didn't know I edited it unless they started watching it.
Mm-hmm.
And no, Amy, it wasn't yours. It wasn't yours either, Melissa. So, yeah, I forget what I was going to say now.
Well, I mean, and what I meant by editing is, there's people I click on one or two of my videos, like, no, this guy can't edit, so I ain't even gonna watch him again. Or is it, sometimes, I mean, I've been trying thumbnails a little differently, from time to time, putting things up like little ghostly apparitions or whatever. I've watched. That's what you should do, I guess. Maybe a tutorial on how to edit. That'd be a good thing.
Yeah.
And then or do it live if you want, but yeah, because any advice you can give any of us would be great, because you're doing yours, your Omar's, right, and James, or
Well, I haven't done Omar yet, but he
okay.
did ask me. But he was out on the road, and he said he was gonna let me know when he got back. Of course, I haven't heard from him, but I know he's been busy. So
right, but you've done some James and Rob's, and of course, if you guys go back and watch any of his videos, and talking about Rich, it's spot on. I mean, all the was it B-roll, I guess we call it, or whatever, the cut shots. Those things I try to do, and I put music. So I like doing that.
yeah,
and Rich does a great job with it, and that's
so does
George is the reason why I do live streams. Rich is the reason why I try to edit better. So there you go. And we just pull from each other,
Well, one advice that I could give everybody, without having to show anybody, is I think one of the things that people fall into is that they were there filming. You were there at that cemetery filming, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have a memory of being there filming it. So when you're in there editing it, a lot of times you'll leave a lot of stuff in there because it means something to you, but someone else watching it has no idea what's going on or why it doesn't care. You know what I mean? So you need to keep it moving. Just keep it moving. This is also about, entertainment. And if you're going to show, let's say you're going to show a building, for instance, you don't have to show it very long. Just imagine in your head, if you're watching this on TV or on a TV show, how long do they show it? You know what I mean?
Right.
So you leave it for long enough for people to see it. It's like, okay, there's that building. Okay, great. Don't keep showing it, and don't keep showing like different angles of it either. It's like, okay, we get it. Or let's move on to something else, And so when I edit, I try to keep my video. My goal in every video is to make it as short as possible. I mean, unless you're Aiden. I gave him crap this weekend. I went out and filmed with him. I'm like, dude, your video is an hour and a half long. And he's like, yeah, but my people like it. They like it. I did a poll and everybody says they like the long videos. I'm like, yeah, sure. I'd like to see your analytics,
right,
for your watch time, or not your watch time, the retention. How long are they watching it for? So. Because I know when I can look at James the Fam's analytics, because I have permission to look at his stuff, and his looks just like mine too, and I'm sure all of ours looks really similar. You want to have about 50% or more, and for me, I have way less than that. I have maybe 40%, 30 some percent. It drops off almost right away.
Right.
So you have to figure out how to keep it going. I know James, before he stopped putting out content, he was really trying to figure that out. He's like trying to model his videos off of Mr. Beast. And I'm like, dude, you can't do Mr. Beast videos because you're a paranormal videos. You can't just make them like 10 minutes long, it's just not going to work.
Yeah. I mean, what it's like, you try to take from other people, kind of to, and I'm like you, I'm trying to understand the B roll part of it, because I believe the B roll with some music is always a good cut between things. I think it helps.
Yeah.
You
For
know.
me, I think if you go back to my older videos, I think I put way too much B-roll.
Mhm.
I think one thing I picked up from Omar, because he started doing it a few years ago, where he just puts up like a little transition B-roll, and I kind of
Mhm.
like that better. I mean, obviously in this last video I did, I had a little bit longer B-rolls, but it kind of made sense. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the beginning, and because I didn't have anything paranormal happen to me. If I had something paranormal happen to me, then the first few minutes or a minute, I would put that in the beginning, but nothing
Mhm.
happened. So
Yeah. Well, and I think this last video I did, it's the first time I've had anything I could do. What's it called? A oh shoot, my train of thought's gone. Clickbait type thing or something.
right,
Like the first few seconds was the
right,
flashlight coming on.
right,
And normally I don't have that. I don't have that much of a unique situation going on where I can say, "Oh, let me do this first, and then I'm going to suck everybody into the video after that."
right.
And but that was good to have. But usually it's my introduction, my little few second intro, and then all the way through.
Well,
But
I gotta. Okay, so and this is something like I said, James was working on and having me do or trying to have me do was because when you have like even on your phone when you're scrolling through videos, it starts to play it,
hmm,
and you have to have something there at the beginning to catch people. Like you said, it's like a clickbait type deal. Even
hmm.
on your TV, it doesn't. I think James was thinking that they was doing that on the TV, but I think on the TV it picks a random spot to start playing. Um, so
Oh, you mean that little clip?
yeah, just a
Yeah,
teeny
yeah.
little, like almost a GIF, really.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because yeah, yours and Amy's, everybody's just like this one little spot, and sometimes it's the intros that you see
yeah,
pop up. So I've seen
right,
Amy's pop up, and I'm like, okay, so yeah, it's not really. I don't think that on the TV.
right, right.
But
You don't suck at B rolls, Amy.
no.
That's having figure. Yeah, I mean, you just when you're in there editing, you just gotta remember you were there, and imagine if you weren't, and
Mm,
and because like I said, I think you get focused on the fact that you were there, and you knew what was going on at the time, and so then you end up leaving a lot of stuff in that just is like really unimportant and not entertaining. It's like and I'm no expert, so what I'm saying isn't like gospel truth because I'm not doing any better than anybody else. So my editing doesn't help get subscribers and views. I can tell you that right now. So I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out, to be honest with
mm.
you. So I don't know.
Well,
I get frustrated. Like my best friend who was just in a motorcycle accident. I was over at his house yesterday. He was telling me he doesn't understand it either because like he tried watching some of Omar's videos and he's like, this is no different than what you do. Why aren't you doing as well as him? I'm like, well, because it's Omar. I mean, you
yeah.
don't understand. Of course, he doesn't know who Omar is.
Mhm.
So he doesn't understand Omar. Neither does Rachel. But now that she's met him, she
Mhm.
really likes him. But
Yeah, and Marnie's the same way. She's like, well, he's got good videos, but he's no different than so and so and so.
yeah,
I'm like, yeah, but he started out. Hey, Haunted by Haunted, um, he started out with prank
hmm,
videos, and he built himself a long time ago before, and then the paranormal just helped push him over the
yeah,
top.
yeah,
And and that's when Marnie actually is the one who introduced me to Omar. She said, "Look, you got to check his video." And it was when he went to the church and got pulled down
yeah.
at the end of the video. And
Oh yeah, I remember that.
yeah, and that became like one of my favorite video of his is him and Mo Sargi at the vampire school, and I think it was in New Orleans, where the
Mm.
piano starts playing by itself.
Right, 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 right.
So it was like after that, I was like, oh wow, and I was just starting going, and I was like, wow. I don't have places like that to go to. I would love to, but yeah, it's I don't know. It's some people just click with people differently, and they explode.
Yeah,
And
I
some
think
take
there's
a
something to
while.
do with personality too. Because I mean, if you look at Omar, I mean, he's so great. I mean, he's just fun to watch. You know, I don't care what he's doing, and I'll watch it. You know what I mean? I don't care what it is, whatever it is, I'll
Yeah.
watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's I don't think I'm in that spot yet. You know, it's like I have to learn how to be in front of the camera, and I think I'm getting better. Rachel and I we're starting to do some vlog videos, so I'm trying to build up somewhat of content, so I don't have to go out filming in the middle of winter.
Mm-hmm.
So that way I still have content. And so we were going out, and I was filming and talking to the camera in a store in front of a ton of people.
Mm-hmm.
And when I walked out of the store, I'm like, did you see that? I talked and filmed myself in
Mm-hmm.
front of people. And she's like, yeah, you've come a long way. So, so I think I think Jenny said it, it's just a little bit at a time. You just learn things slowly. Things start to come, and it just might be easier for other people.
Yeah. It is. Hey, Vodka, how are you?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm one of those. I don't mind to put myself on a camera. I mean, but but I used to go around, and my mom and sister, I'm sure, still listen. I used to go around with a little camcorder all the time, just recording every little thing.
Oh,
I
yeah,
just
cool.
loved it. That was just my thing. I took pictures with camera, whatever, and I always have like those little bitty camcorders with the cassettes in them and stuff. And I go around filming that. I didn't care. That part of it don't really bother me, but it was going from doing that as a kid, then you get older, you're like, wow, I'm actually seeing myself on a big platform here, and
Yeah.
did I really sound that way? Did I really,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh, I didn't really realize that.
I said that. Oh my gosh.
No, yeah,
I
oh
mean,
man,
I'll
why did
tell
I
you,
say
George and
that?
I have those conversations all the time. It's like, oh, why did I say that? Jeez, like it's lift the camera up,
Mm,
Rich. I'm constantly yelling at myself when I'm editing. Why are you holding the
mm,
camera so low? Lift it up.
mm. We're our hardest critics. We are the hardest ones on ourselves. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Uh,
But that's how you learn. That's
yeah.
why that again, Bama. That's it, man. You just do it, and the more
Mm,
it's just like anything else. The more you do it, the better you get at it.
mm,
And like I said, some people are just quicker than others.
yeah.
So
And some people just have that natural, they
yeah,
don't care. They're the class clown or whatever, and it just came naturally.
and
You know.
there's one thing. You for me, I found. See, I started watching Omar when he was doing dumpster diving stuff. That's when
Mm,
I started watching him. Um, but I don't know. It was like a year or two ago. I went way back, like to
mm,
his first videos,
mm,
and it's not the same Omar. I challenge all of you to go back and watch the really like first videos. It's
mm,
not the same Omar. So he had to learn and do stuff as he went too. So
mm-hmm. He
so
did.
that's encouraging to see that.
Yeah, and I remember. I'm like, yeah, I went back and watched a video of his, and he was him and Mo before they did. I think that they were on the verge of fixing to do paranormal or 3 a.m. challenges,
Yeah.
and they were out kayaking or whatever, and just doing goof off stuff. And yeah, you're right. From then till now, it's a totally different. He's a totally different person.
Yeah.
But he's gotten used. He's gotten comfortable. Is what he's gotten.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they are. Yeah, go back and check them out, guys. Go back and check everybody's videos out from when they first started till now. My first video has my finger in the front of the camera a little bit.
Yeah.
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 Cheeseburger in Paradise that had been abandoned, and yeah, that was and somebody pointed that out in the comments too. I was like, oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah, well, I'm learning.
Well, you'll still see that
You
in
know?
mine because I got that GoPro 9, and I
Uh-huh.
don't realize because when you're looking through the back of the screen on the video screen on the camera, it
Mhm.
doesn't show everything that the camera is picking up.
Right.
So I thought I could just hold the camera instead of having like a selfie stick or a tripod or whatever. and then I go in to edit it, and I've got full on fingers all in the screen. And so those videos that I put out with that, I ended up having to like zoom in to cut my fingers out. So, but yeah.
Oh, I understand. Yeah. Oh, George, you leaving? Good night, bud.
George is going.
Yeah, he says get up early in the morning.
Bye, Georgie Poo.
All right. We're sending love to you, George. Hey, Diddles, how are you? But yeah, go back and look at everybody's first videos, and then look at the last video they just did, and you can tell a big difference.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
for sure.
Especially mine. Oh, I will go back and watch mine. I'm just cringing the whole time. Like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. Oh.
I think I was using what I was using. I didn't have one of the. I didn't have the tripod yet. I had the ones you can sit on top of a dashboard.
Okay.
Like vacuum seals or whatever sucks up to the top of the dashboard. So I was using that as the camera holder
Nice.
with the phone, and that's where my finger was like on there too, because I was holding the top of that with it, and I was like, oh crap. I said, oh well, it's going up. I don't care. I'm not going back there and doing another video. I've only had to go back and try to do one video, and it wasn't a paranormal. It was at the River Arts, and I was showing some silos and stuff and things, and for some reason the audio didn't record.
Oh no.
The video was there. I told Marty I had to go back. I said I gotta go film it. It's just a vlog, but
Yeah.
the good thing is that when I did go back, I got a train in it, so
Oh, nice.
I didn't get in the first one. So that it worked out. So it helped.
Yeah, things happen. Like, this is a secret I can expose here. Just this trip into Texas, when I was vlogging with my GoPro, I have one of those mods you put over on top of it. Now, when you put the mod over it, it has a microphone on it. But then once you put the mod on it, it gives you the option to record from the front of the camera, the back of the camera, or from straight from the camera itself, like the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize that. So when I'm vlogging and I'm behind the camera, it's muffled. It's like,
no.
oh, hi, how's it going? And I can't hear, and it's so frustrating. So I'm working on a video now from then, and it's like, I have to cut a lot of stuff out. I've been doing voiceovers with my mic just to make it, sound like you can hear what I'm saying.
Right.
So I'm just repeating myself.
Amy said, "You really don't have to go look at my first video." Yeah, now everybody go now. After the podcast, go right to Amy's channel, first video. Everybody comment on it.
Yeah. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jenny. I'm not awesome. You're awesome.
Jenny is awesome. I mean, Rich, you are too. And Jenny is she is the mod goddess. That is for sure.
Yeah.
That is for sure. Anybody else got any questions? So Rich, what do you got? We talked about the Abbey. You're going to do that here for long again. Anything else coming up or?
Well, like I said, I've been vlogging a little bit with Rachel. We went up to the actual third tunnel at Gold Camp. So I hate to disappoint you, Amy, but that tunnel we went to that we called the third tunnel at Gold Camp, that's not the right tunnel. We found the right tunnel. We went there during the day, but that's going to be the same video that Omar will be in that video. So yeah, we're going to go to the Abbey next month. Aiden keeps teasing me with some secret place that he won't tell me, and he keeps laughing. And I'm just like, it's not funny. Just tell me where we're going. But he won't tell me. So I think it has something to do with South Park. I don't know. So
that'd be cool.
I don't know.
Well, thank you, Diddles. You are too. Thank you. So I'm going through Amy's channel to find the first video. I'm having to scroll, and once I do, I'll put it in the chat, and everybody can just go to that easily.
We know. Yeah, all you have to do is go up to the top and filter it, and just go newest
that's
to
right.
oldest to newest, and that'll take you right to the first.
That's right. I forgot to do that. Let's see. There we go. Sort by. There we go.
Love you too, Amy.
Let's see. Yep, that did it right there. So I think it's the one.
What is it called?
Lawton Investigation
Okay.
Photos.
Okay.
That's one that popped up. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, Amy, but let me know. Hey Terry, how are you?
Would you consider doing a channel special for one of your upcoming videos? Do a channel? I'm confused by that, Bomber.
Let's see. Rich, would you consider doing a channel? You mean like how he edits the video or something?
I do a
Ma'am?
video?
Like a video, editing a video, maybe?
Maybe.
Well,
I thought about doing some kind of like tutorial, but I don't honestly. I don't want to give up all my secrets, but
maybe kind of like something just kind of like here's some advice, type thing,
right.
Okay, so Jenny put Amy's first video up before I could. Thank you, Jenny.
Everybody go and click on that and leave a comment.
Mm-hmm.
That would be awesome. I'm going to.
Yeah, we'll all go do that. But
do a special for one of his upcoming videos. Do a special. Do like a preview, you mean? I kind of did that for the Abbey. I made I made a quick one on my phone. You'd be surprised what you can edit on your phone. But I just did a quick little one with pictures and stuff, and I put it up like a short, one of those shorts. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, when I do like the ghost tube, I use my phone, and it's one of those videos where I don't do like B cuts or anything. I just a B-roll. I just kind of like let it almost be like an uncut almost.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can do a lot on your phone.
Yeah.
Intrepid, is that right? Intrepids from Australia. Thank you for being here. I believe I pronounced that right. I love having our Australian and New Zealand people in. That is great.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
super cool.
It's who would have thought we'd been saying hi to people all the way around the other side of the world?
Yeah, no kidding. Isn't that awesome?
I love it. I love that part of it.
Me too. Me too.
That is great.
That goes along with being new on YouTube. That's like the most important thing for me is the community that we're part of. I'm just so thankful that I got to meet all these awesome people that I would have never met if it wasn't for YouTube.
Right.
So.
Yeah, YouTube's been good.
Yeah.
It's had its ups and downs. We've had our ups and downs. But it's been good, and we've stuck together. I mean, this is, I guess, about 3 or 4 years that we've all had some kind of interaction in some way with each other. And yeah. Oh, thank you.
I'll never stop.
Mm-mm. No, I like doing it too much.
Me too. I honestly would like to find something else to do on YouTube other than paranormal, honestly. But until I can figure that out, I'll just keep doing it.
Well, and I tried to start up a vlog video channel, and I just got a few videos up and couldn't do anything. But I told Marty, I said, I have an idea. I said, let's change the vlog channel to something else. And I've already changed the name, but it's an idea that came up, and I'll tell y'all later once me and Marty brainstorm and figure it out. But I told her, I said, I don't want to get burnt out on just videos all the time. I said, I got to be able to do something like that. Channel has to be one of those things where I put up a video maybe once a week or every 2 weeks or something.
Yeah.
Because this is my main love right here. This is my main channel.
Right.
And when it comes to YouTube, so But yeah, I like to see you do something. Whatever you
Well,
want to do, it'd be cool.
Terry, that's exactly what I've been doing is just explore. That's all I really ever do because I'm not a ghost hunter. I'm not looking for ghosts most of the time. Um, I just like to explore new places and stuff. But
Hmm.
um, and I love going to abandoned places, but they're so hard to find,
Hmm.
um, and if they're out there, they're like hours away. So that takes me to last Friday. So Aiden called me and he was going to go out exploring and he wanted me to come with. And I was like, with Aiden, you guys gotta understand. Aiden is a really cool guy. And he's very nice. He's got big heart and he's fun,
Hmm.
but he's also a stoner, as you all know. So that's no secret. Uh, so if that tells you anything, something always happens when you go out with Aiden, and George can tell you that too. It just doesn't matter. Like it takes him forever to do anything, and so I'm like, I don't know, bro, and he's just like, come on, I'm like, well, when are we gonna go? If I go, he's like, right now, and I'm like, really? Because usually he doesn't like going out to explore till like after midnight, like
Hmm.
middle of the night or 3 o'clock in the morning, and then he stays out till like you know 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just like, I'm too old for that. I'm just too old for that. I can't do that. And like, so I'm like, do you know where you're gonna go? And he's like, well, no. I'm like, oh, that's even worse.
Hmm.
And so he's like, but I only have my dog sitter for like another 6 hours. So I'm like, well, that's good news. That's cool. I'm down with that. Let's go. So he came and picked me up. And then he's like, well, I did tell my dog sitter that I might be a little later. I'm like, oh, God, here we go. And um, so we ended up driving like 2.5 hours away from Rachel's place. And we're trying to find these places and they're supposed to be on the side of the road and it's dark outside, can't
Oh.
see as you're driving. And so
Hmm.
we finally find something and he gets super excited and he's like, well, let's just keep going and see if we find something else and we'll come back to this one. It's like, oh, why don't we just start filming here? So we had to drive even farther away, and then um, we find something and then we film there and then we drive all the way back, of course. So when we're filming, he's got to go and film everything, like um, after we film a building, then he's got to go out in the field and start looking at the stuff in the field. I'm like, bro, let's just go, it's already late. So we get to the second place, and that place was actually pretty cool. The second place we went to, I really liked that one. That was cool. But even if still after we filmed, it was like, oh, he's got to go walk outside around the building and all into this field. And I'm like, what are you hoping to find out there? So then we leave there, and then he's like, oh, I got to get gas. So we got to make a side trip to find a gas station. So we went into this little town, and he fills up his truck and he gets back in and his truck won't start.
Oh Lord.
I'm like, oh, of course, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and who's gonna help us? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. What are we gonna do? We're so far away. We're still like almost still 2 hours away, from getting home. And he waved down some teenagers, and they came, and they obviously didn't know what they were doing because they hooked up the cables to the batteries, and um, of course, his truck didn't start right away because you have to let it sit for a little while. I mean, everybody knows that.
Hmm.
And they're like, "Oh, it's the starter. It's the starter. It's the starter." And Aiden, he's such a nice guy. He's like, "Oh, okay, all right, okay." And I'm yelling out the truck, "Bro, you have to let it sit for a while." And he was like, it's fine, it's fine. So they let the kids go, and he went and waved down another car, which ended up being a cop. And of course, Aiden is he's not a big fan of the police, and plus he just got done smoking a joint, and you know, but the cop ended up being really nice. He got it started, and so we're on our way, and then heading home. We're like, I don't know, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes away. I'm like excited because I'm going to get to go to bed. And, hold on. So, all of a sudden he's starting to get like tired. He feels like he's starting to fall asleep at the wheel. And he's like, oh, but I can't. He said, well, maybe I could park in your guys' parking lot and take a little nap before I drive home. He's like, but I can't shut off the car because I'm afraid it won't start again. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm just like, just get me home. Please just get me home. So needless to say, I got home at 4:00 in the morning, and we were supposed to get home at like 11. And so I was up for over 24 hours because I get up for work at 4:00 in the morning. So yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, that's my story.
So next time I'd have like, nah, I think I'm gonna stay home tonight, but you go ahead.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, George and I both feel bad because there's a lot of times where he'll call and want to go do something, and we usually say no because usually it's some god awful hour that he wants to do it in, and he lives in the Springs, and he's usually calling in the middle of the week, and George and I live, an hour and a half away from him, so.
Oh yeah. Did you go to Denny's? That's what Terry asked.
No, we just got home. Guys had to get home.
Cook up my own bacon, and
it kind of ruined my Saturday, honestly, because all the plans we had were ruined because I had to sleep for part of the day, and then I was tired for the rest of the day, and so.
That up all night stuff. I used to work overnight, and yeah, I'm good. I don't try to get to bed by 11:30 at the latest if I can for most.
That's way too late for me. In fact, usually I'm in bed about now. Usually.
That's why I was saying, I'm like, you got Amy and all of them. They're almost every night, and I'm like, you guys make me sleepy. Like, where's your energy at?
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I can't do it.
I don't have that anymore.
No.
Oh Lord. Yeah, but you try to be. Yeah, it's like Terry said, try to be nice, and then
Well, and Aiden is a great guy. Don't get me wrong. He's just, James is a lot like that too, and so it's it's like let's just go. I'm the type of guy that likes to plan ahead and make sure we go get in and get out, and let's just keep moving. But both him and James are just like they piddle. Like, let's go. Like when James was here and we went to that what Aiden calls the rat house, I call the mayonnaise house, where they found that little treasure or whatever it was in the walls.
Oh yeah.
So we had parked way down from that place, so that way cops don't show up or whatever. And James is legally blind, and he's walking on the side of the road looking down at his phone, and he's walking, and he's a tall guy, so he's got long legs, but he doesn't use them. He walks really slow, and he's just constantly looking at his phone. I'm like, let's go, come on, it's cold, and we're not supposed to be here, and let's move in. But you don't want to say anything because you don't want to make anybody mad, so you just kind of like go with the flow.
Poor James. And he's just not he's not doing much now, or
I don't know. Last time I talked to him, I asked him, is everything okay? And he's like, yeah, everything's fine. He's like, he says, I got 3 videos for you. I'll send them to you tonight. But he never does. He never sends me anything. It's like, I got tired of asking him, when are you going to send me a video? It's your channel, bro. I mean,
yeah. I don't know. He's always had pretty good, fun stuff to watch. I mean, him and Omar together are crazy.
Oh, the best. Those are the best videos. Yeah.
Yeah, they did so good.
Yeah.
Together. I hated not seeing them together much anymore, but I know, you separate over time and you live your own life in a different way. And Omar's moving around and all that, but
yeah.
But yeah. Anyway. Well, Rich, I guess we'll just go ahead and get ready to call it a night. I know we're both we're not late birds or early birds or whatever anybody else is. We hit the bed here soon, so
Yes.
for sure. But I want to thank you for being here tonight and being a part of the podcast and telling your story. And we've had a great night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been fun. We'll get you
Yeah.
back up here again. We'll do it
That would be
again.
great. I'd love it.
Yeah. And,
Thanks for having me on. It was fun.
oh, yes, absolutely. And thank you all in the chat. We do appreciate your comments and questions and being a part of this tonight. And but again, go see Amy's first video. Drive her
Yes.
nuts with comments, please.
Do that
And-
before you go to bed.
Yeah, before you go to bed, before she goes to bed. But anyway, I'll be back, I guess, Sunday night to do an investigation, guys. So again, thank you all for being here. Thank you, Rich. And we'll talk to you all soon. Good night.
All right.